Martin Luther King Jr. was an amazing person. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15, 1929, in Georgia. His real name was Michael King. Martin was so intelligent that he was able to finish high school when he was only 15. He then went on to college in Atlanta, Georgia in 1944. Martin Luther King Jr. was considered the leader of the civil rights movement for many reasons. He became a minister in 1948 and gave speeches and led marches to raise awareness of the unfairness of segregation laws. He hoped that if he changed the way people thought, he could help change the laws. Martin quickly became the face of the civil rights movement because he was young, well-spoken, and had a nonviolent approach to promoting change. He was a great leader of the civil rights movement. He felt everyone had the right to be treated fairly and equally. Sometimes Martin faced violence from people who didn't like what he had to say. Despite that, he kept on talking to and walking with people. Martin Luther King Jr. had many accomplishments in his life. In 1963, Martin gave his famous I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial during a march on Washington for Jobs. His words influenced the government to take action towards racial equality. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act was signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The Civil Rights Act said that discrimination was against the law and the government would enforce desegregation. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. won the Nobel Peace Prize. Sadly, Martin was killed on April 4, 1968 at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. He was killed by a sniper's bullet. After his death, he continues to be honored each year in January when Americans celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. President Ronald Reagan signed the holiday into existence in 1983, and Martin Luther King Day was first celebrated by Americans in 1986. Martin Luther King Jr. truly lived an amazing life.